develop your ears by singing. I have a little trick for you now. Everybody know the song Autumn Leaves? Autumn Leaves? Yeah. It's in the standard key is A. Now, the chords are based on the thirds. The melody is based on the thirds of the chord. The first chord is A minor, and the chord is the minor third. G major, that's the third. B. That's the third of the F sharp half diminished. And that's the third of the E minor chord. Okay, let's sing that. Sing. That's the third. Okay, supposing we change that, instead of the thirds, we landed on the fifths. This is like an intellectual study, but it adds to you. As human beings, we have two sides. We have an intellectual side that analyzes things, and we also have an intuitive side, which is like ear, where we use our ears and respond to stuff like that, and love and stuff like that. Intuition, that's a lot of that. But the intellectual side is always at work. You can't eliminate it, so it's always good to acknowledge it. So we're going to try this exercise, landing on the fifths. That's the thirds. So if the fifth of the first chord is A minor, the fifth of A minor is what? It's E, right? So look, maybe if we don't hear it, just we go. Right, that's the E. Sing it. Now sing all the other. Right? Did you hear all of that? I'm landing on the fifths of the next change. Let's try the sevenths. This is Puccini. The seventh. Major seventh, but that's the seventh. So you can do that study. Let's go to the ninths. That's the major ninth. Yeah, you gave me a funny look. Why? We use the natural ninth on the half diminished. Okay. So we go up the E string. The first note available for C half diminished on the E string is the 11th, F. Say that, the 11th, F. Here's the root. The next note available is the G flat, right? The next note available is the A flat, right? It's the flat 13. The next note is the flat 7. And the next note is the root. The next note is the natural ninth. And the minor third. So the scale on the E string sounds right. Now I'm going to play a chord for each one of those notes. The first note, maybe you could do it like this, or with G flat and the bass. Yeah. See that? That's G. That's the 11th on top of. My fingers don't work that good, but the next note is the G flat with a chord underneath. The next note is the flat 13. Next note is the B flat. The next note is the root, C. Next note is the D, our $5 chord. The next note is the flat 3rd, E flat. And the next note is C. So I can play all those chords with the melody note on the top. So it's like it says, so, right? If you study that, you can. Let's do the next string. On the B string, the first note is the C. So you have a, right? The next note is the D. Next note is the E flat. The next to it is, oh, this is great. It's the 11th. Next to it is the G flat. Next one is the A flat. And so you can play all those notes supported by a chord. So you put some open strings in there, you really have nice colors. My favorite example of this is D flat dominant chord, right? D flat is here, the third is F, D is the flat 9, G is the sharp 11, B is the flat 7, E is the sharp 9. And resolve that to G flat. Isn't that nice? Or A flat minor, the 2 chord. And then, so you take an open string and see it as the function of every bass note. Like here's B. B is the 5th of E. Not that E, but this one. It's the sharp 11 of F, right? Say after me, sharp 11 of F. B is the 11th of F sharp. It's the 11th of F sharp. B is the 3rd of G. It's the flat 3rd of A flat. Or the sharp 9 of A flat, right? So like, yeah, I got A flat here. I got the sharp 9 there. All I need is a C, right? Or the flat 7. Whoa. Or maybe the D. Ooh. Sharp 5 on it. I just started just by knowing what the opens. So I'm up to 8. It's the 9th of A, right? It's the 9th of A major. It's the 9th of A minor. So what do I need in there? C, right? 9th of A half the missing. Oh, here it is. I never played this before. I never played that chord before, but you can just construct it. It's the flat 9 of B flat. Hoo-hoo. So you need the flat 7. And the 3rd. Or down here. You can put the 13th in there. Woo. And the sharp 11. The whole world of music is at your disposal, not just songs, but even some classical repertoire, and even like a song like Edelweiss. You like that song? Are you bored with that song? I happen to love that song. So you can make music. I'm going to play you a little arrangement of Edelweiss. You won't get angry if I do, will you? It's a beautiful song. I happen to like it a lot. I love this.